What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. It is the 20th day of July, and here we are at about 0032. And I gotta admit, you guys, I'm a little bit skeptical. I know we said that was the higher low, but man, maybe we go a little bit lower. It's very possible. I mean, look at those last 2 days. We got some pretty big wicks there. Now, I do expect Bitcoin to move down over the coming days, but that's not why I would expect ZBCN to move down, right? This thing can move independently of Bitcoin. If it wants to move up, it can move up. If it wants to move down, it can move down. And of course, if Bitcoin really drops, if it like really heavily corrects and we go through like a sustained kind of prolonged down phase, okay, then yeah, sure, it would probably be negatively impacted. But in a corrective kind of standpoint, I don't think so. But looking at it here, just over the past couple of days, you found your higher low. Why aren't you running? Why aren't you higher lowing? You know what I mean? Why not? Why are you stopping here? Let's see if we can find an example of this, actually. Maybe something like this, right? Here's a low, here's your higher low, but then you started wicking, and boom, you came down to a lower low. I don't think that's going to be that extreme, right? I don't think that we're going to go all the way down here or anything like that, but maybe something a little bit lower. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom back out, okay? 1 hour time frame here does look a little bit bearish. Come on now. You know what? I don't even know why I do that. Let's just put the automatic on. There we go. Yeah, looks like it wants to come down a little bit. Does it mean that we go below that low? Absolutely not, but we could. Something to entertain there. 1 hour RSI looks bearish, so at least good for a price. I would think that's down at about 0.003. You're at 0.032 now, so if you didn't have an opportunity to buy at 0.003 or lower, you're about to get that opportunity. I think today, your days are numbered as far as that opportunity goes. But if you want to buy ZBCN at 0.003, might have an opportunity there. Looking at it here on the MACD, that's not good. But it's the 1 hour, so who cares? You're probably going to cross the zero. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Stochastics look bearish too. Everything looks bearish. So yeah, I definitely think they're going to go down. 4 hour time frame here. Do you guys want me to tell you why I think it's bearish, right? Sometimes I feel like I used to explain all the time, and I stopped doing that recently. Let's tell you why they're bearish, okay? First off, bearish. Typically, look here, right? You see how the histogram's building red, just like this built red here? Do you notice how whenever it decays, there's still red bars in the histogram? The MACD is still coming down, right? You see how here it's decaying, but there's no deep red bars yet. There's going to be more. They come in packs. It's very rare that you just get one standalone histogram in the dark and then it shades up and then you get green. Typically, it comes in multiple waves, especially with these deeper readings. Okay. I don't know how much sense that makes, but that's why I'm bearish. You're crossing below the 0.2 on the oscillators. That's also why I'm bearish. Stochastics rejected the 50. Looking like it wants to get oversold. Lower lows, lower highs, bearish. And once you get oversold, obviously that's very bearish. Stochastics, typically, it's a little different from the RSI. Oversold is bearish, overbought is bullish. Where in the overbought zone for the RSI, you might think, okay, we're getting hot. Getting overbought in the stochastics is like, okay, we're just getting started. Getting oversold, same thing. Okay, we're just getting started, but to the downside. RSI, lower lows, lower highs. Feel like it's very clear how this is bearish here, right? And we're just pointed down. We're probably going to see the oversold zone. Do we get into the oversold zone? Do we touch it? You know, I don't know how it's going to look, but something like that. We're going to go around that area. That'd be my expectation, at least. So yeah, that's why they look bearish to me. I don't know. Mainly, it's the trend, right? Here, rejecting the same areas that you've rejected before, okay? Bearish. Crossing below the 50. Trying to find support at the 50, but you didn't get anything. Nothing good came from that, right? Nothing good sprouted from that. So here on the stochastics, you're looking like you're pointed downward as well. MACD is struggling to cross the zero here. That is bullish, but you look like you're pointed down. You might be rejecting. That's also bearish. And see that on the 4 hour time frame, that could be significant enough to where you do see a lower low. I wouldn't be too surprised. Low to high here. Golden ratio, 382.236. You're either going to double bottom off of this, or if you do go lower, I would think 786, 886. You could go down maybe to 20s, 24, 20s, 26, that area. Crazy. little bit lower, like a true double bottom overall, that could happen. Or maybe you do find support in the golden ratio in the form of a slightly lower low than this. Hard to say, but one thing is for certain, at least in my opinion right now, you're probably going to go below 0.003 again. I think you will. I do think that's going to happen. Daily time frame, as we start zooming out, things are starting to look bullish, but just not yet, right? Bullish on the MACD, you're about to cross above the zero. You're building on your green histogram here, but momentarily bearish on the price, right? RSI overall is very bullish because you're getting overbought consistently, and then you're not even getting oversold, right? When you're moving up, you're getting overbought deep. Whenever you're moving down, you can't even get oversold. You're repulsed by that, so it's very bullish. But relatively speaking, it's kind of neutral because you're finding support at the 40 here, and then rejecting here. You're just in this kind of area, so I think that you will go lower. The RSI isn't giving me a whole lot. The MACD is not giving me a whole lot on the daily time frame. There's setups for more bullish stuff to happen later. But I think the shorter term stuff is what's really driving. And the stochastics, I feel indifferent. I mean, they're neutral, right? I don't really care about the stochastics unless they're overbought or oversold or at least trending. Right now, you're not doing any of that. So at the moment, I'm relying on the shorter term time frames. But as we start to zoom out, as we look at like the 3-day time frame and beyond, things are shaping up very bullishly. Absolutely, you are in a come on now, trading view. You're in a bull flag right here. From a low to a high, the measure move of this bull flag, because I very much do believe that's your low. I don't think you go below that low. You might go below the low that you had a couple days ago or yesterday, however many days ago it was. I think it was like 2 days ago, but I don't think you go below this low. Bull flag measure move would take you all the way up to 2.3 cents. That is the minimum expectation that we have, right? 2 cents to 4.5 cents. That's the expectation. That's the expected area that we're going to go to. And with a bull flag measure move, it's not a prophecy. It does not have to happen. You can fall short of that measure move. The measure move would be at 2.3 cents. Maybe we stop at 2 cents. You can exceed the measure move, which if you do, 3 cents, 4.5 cents, absolutely. Just because that's the measure move does not mean you have to stop there. You could absolutely demolish that and go way higher. And for this thing, I really wouldn't be surprised if ZBCN saw 3 to 4.5 cents. I really wouldn't be surprised by that at all. But I got nothing else, you guys. It's the same old, right? Things are looking bullish, just momentarily bearish. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Take care of your plants. They need water. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.